Welcome to Nerd on Nerd with me, Ellie Kempster.
And me, Liam Underwood. And in this episode, well, it's my birthday special.
Happy birthday, mate.
Well, it's not my birthday yet.
You're 30.
So...
Bye.
Yeah. I got to pick what we did for Culture Swap. So I picked a sort of mumblecore.
Yeah, you did what I did, which was pick something that you know the other person doesn't like sort of the genre of.
Yeah.
Or has issues with. Yeah. But try and pick something they might enjoy.
Exactly. So I picked Your Sister's Sister. And we're going to talk all about that later on. But before all that, it's time for catching up with Ellie and Liam. But it's not been my birthday yet. So I'm not going to talk about my birthday yet. And also, it won't be my birthday by the time we record the next one.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to do a Christmas special, people, so the Liam's birthday episode does fall slightly early.
Yeah. So I'm not 30 yet. Yay!
29, woo!
And I guess future Liam can come back and listen to this, and it's like a little snapshot of when he was still 29 and youthful and, you know, had his life ahead. Although, I'm noticing I've started getting grey hairs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where, mate?
Well, okay, so...
Is it testicles?
No, those have been grey for a while.
Fully grey, or...?
Nah, just like the odd here and there.
Yeah, okay, you're not... That would be weird, because you're not particularly grey when I see you.
No, but I've had a stressful year, haven't I? So...
True.
So yeah, the testicles, grey here and there, peppered, shall we say.
Yeah.
But my main head, the big
one...
one...
not your secondary one.
No, not the
your little
one.
Head.
The main big one that everyone sees...
I mean, that could still be either.
Yep. That's going grey around the temples now. I've noticed, I think on last count, there was like 2 or 3 grey hairs I could see.
Oh, you're going to turn into like a Reed Richards.
Yeah, maybe.
That's quite a cool look.
Yeah, I just don't really want to go grey, to be honest.
No, that's true. But if you're going to go grey, I think, you know, temple grey, that'll make you look wise.
Yeah, but I'd prefer to just, if I'm going to go grey, I think like silver fox, just grey all over.
Well, no, because you have to be like attractive to be a silver fox, right?
Yeah, so easy.
Difficult. A real struggle.
Easy. So yeah, basically, death is inevitable, and I'm going to get there soon.
Cool. Glad you're on another high this episode. I promise, listeners, at some point, Liam will, you know, maybe become positive again.
I think I've probably got a midlife crisis coming.
Jesus. I mean, it feels to me like you've been in a midlife crisis since I've known you.
Yeah, exactly.
I can only imagine how much worse it will get.
I'm hoping that at some point I figure out like how to be happy.
Yeah.
But until we get to that, you know, enjoy.
Good times.
Anyway, yeah, so everything's great, everything's dandy. Life, you know, could be better, but at least I'm not 30 yet.
Yay.
You know what is really good though?
Go on.
Catching up with, so catch me up.
I went on holiday, Liam.
Wow, where did you go?
Did my little cabin holiday that I do every year.
Somewhere exotic?
No, Canterbury.
For our, like, more global listeners...
Yep.
Where's that?
You know, we've got that dude called the Archbishop of Canterbury. I think he's pretty famous around the world.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Yeah, he's like the Pope, isn't he? But for like, the other religion. Protestants. But, like, specifically Anglican Protestants.
Okay, I don't know who this is.
The Archbishop of Canterbury?
Yeah, like...
We had a running pun on the show where you were called the Archbishop of Banterbury.
Yeah, but I don't know who the real Archbishop is.
He's just a guy.
Did you meet him?
No. Saw a picture of him.
Okay.
But yeah, at Canterbury's, it's like, it's near Dover. Dover goes to France, so all you French people will be like, oh yeah, Dover. The White Cliffs of Dover, that's the thing people know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went to Canterbury, Liam.
Yeah.
Didn't have a jacuzzi this year, so we don't need to have the jacuzzi debate.
Oh, that's good.
It was a lovely little holiday. It was a bit more active than we usually do.
Okay.
Because, you know, usually there's a big group of us that go, and it's like a chilled out, you know, we just sit around in the hut cabin, and then go shopping, and then, like, chill out some more, sit in a jacuzzi and drink. This year, we were going to go to France. We were like, day trip to France. That's on the list.
Oh, that would have been lovely.
Yeah. Turns out, it's expensive to go to France. So we said no.
How expensive were we talking?
To go on the train, it was like 100 and something quid.
Okay.
To go on a ferry, it would have been 60 quid.
That's
and we were
not
like,
too expensive.
It's oh, sorry, Mr. Fucking Moneybags.
Well, it's not. Like, for, you know, to go to another country...
Oh, sorry, mate. 50 quid is quite a lot.
What were you expecting to go to another country?
Well, probably about 50 quid.
Right, so it was £10 more than you'd budgeted.
Yeah.
Right, so that was a deal breaker then.
I mean, what the mistake we made was we went shopping on the first day,
Yeah.
and we maybe spent a little bit too much money on snacks.
I saw your picture. It was. I didn't see a single piece of fruit.
No, it wasn't a healthy holiday.
No, obviously.
Honestly, we had so much left that on Thursday we went out to Canterbury and had we did a treasure trail.
Okay.
And we got back.
Yeah.
And we were just like, right, we've just got to eat as much as we can. Eat anything that's perishable and we can't take home. That's
just donate
100%.
it to a homeless shelter.
No, they don't take perishables either.
Do they not?
I don't think so. Not like open tubs of ham.
Why have you got open tubs of ham?
Because I'd had a ham sandwich.
God, you're so...
What's wrong with... What? Wait. You open ham to get ham out?
Yeah, and then you don't just leave it lying around for a week.
No, it was in the fridge, you dick.
See, this is not the picture
it wasn't
you're
just
painting.
strewn across the living room.
That's how I imagined it, judging by the picture you posted.
It was all... No, yeah, that was just so we could get a photo. We put it all away.
Okay.
But anyway, we got back in on Thursday and we were like, right, we've just got to eat all this. It got to a point where Frankie was sitting on the sofa with a hand over her mouth.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you all right? And she was like, no, I'm borderline going to throw up. And then sort of Tom had a similar situation going on. Then I ate some more Maltesers because I thought, I'll still go. And then I also got to the I need to throw up point. We all held it down, Liam, but it was a bad time.
Yeah, see, you've got to really just push through that to get to the stage where you then do throw up.
Oh, no, that's a waste.
Well, it shows real dedication to the cause.
That's what the Romans used to do. They used to gorge and then vomit it everywhere and then get some more.
Fair enough. How was it being like a third wheel for a week?
It's fine. Didn't feel like a third wheel.
Because I imagine, like, for listeners that don't know, Tom and Frankie are a couple.
Yep.
They've been together for a while now.
Yep.
And I imagine, Canterbury, nice log cabin, all romantic, and then you're just sat in the corner eating Maltesers.
Now, I love Tom and Frankie. They're two of my favourite people.
Yeah.
They do not express romance the same way as other people. Like, they're sort of similar to you and Kat.
Okay.
Where it's romance, but your type of romance, isn't the same as a normal couple. Like, you would go to a log cabin, Liam, and instead of being like, oh, so romantic, let's light some candles, you'd be like, oh, why are we in a log cabin? Cabins suck. I hate cabins.
Yeah, I would.
Tom and Frankie expressed their love by wrestling.
I mean,
I think one of them did one of them get kicked in the head at one point? No, maybe. There was definite wrestling, and I was like, please stop fighting. Which wasn't like an actual fight. It was a weird, we're a couple fight.
Yeah. And I imagine they didn't have any clothes on when they were doing it, right?
Yeah, and I said, what are you doing?
Yeah, and they went, stop watching.
Go back to your room.
We got you these Maltesers for a reason.
No, but it was, so I didn't feel like a third wheel.
Okay.
We went out a lot, Liam. We went to places. It was very cold. We played mini golf in the freezing wind.
I bet you won.
No, I came last because the cold was very bad.
Right, that's the trick to beat you at mini golf then, is it?
Yeah, just freeze me to near death. Honestly, we went and bought the clubs. You had to go into like a little arcade and be like, can we play? And the looks they were giving us when we asked to play mini golf.
It was like, you guys are crazy.
Yeah, honestly, the guy was like, what? Gave us the clubs. When we handed them back in, I turned round and the woman was laughing at us.
Yep.
But Tom wanted to play mini golf, so we did it because we're good friends.
Fair enough. Was he happy with that decision?
Yeah, he won. So...
Okay, cool. At least it all worked out well for him.
Exactly.
Did you talk about D&D at all?
No, we will be doing it again soon, Liam. I realise things haven't lined up very well for the last few weeks.
Yeah.
It will make a triumphant return.
Probably in the new year now, though.
Yeah, I guess depending on when people have time.
Yeah. I've got a birthday coming up, ain't I? So that's going to make me busy.
Oh, yeah, you. Ooh, party boy.
Yeah, party. I mean, this is the problem with having a birthday this time of year, is no one has money to do anything. Like, my birthday's 4 days before Christmas. Ain't no one wanting to go out and, party 4 days before Christmas.
That's true.
So, it's just great being me.
Maybe be less depressed, mate.
No, it's fine. Tell me more about your cabin.
We went to a zoo.
Oh, yeah? What animals were there?
Elephants, rhinos, wolves, tigers, lions.
Oh, tigers and lions are quite exotic.
So are elephants.
True.
And rhinos.
What zoo was it?
Howlets?
I never heard of it.
It's in near Canterbury.
Cool. What was the best bit?
Of the holiday or the zoo?
The zoo.
When we saw the first gorilla, they've got big gorilla enclosures there.
Yeah.
And we walked, they were one of the last things we saw. We walked up to the cage, We saw the gorilla sitting there. We went, oh, awesome. There's the gorilla. And then it looked at us, went inside. And that was it. All the other gorillas were sitting inside. It was incredible. Honestly, it just looked at us, then walked inside. And was we reckon that some of the animals probably, because it's, middle of winter, there's probably not many people there.
Yeah.
So they're waiting for people to come and give them food, like the staff.
Yeah.
So we think it probably heard us coming, was like, oh, cool, I'm getting food. Saw us and went, oh, fuck that.
That's amazing.
It was great, honestly.
Yeah. Did I tell you about the best thing I ever saw? It was at Monkey World near Weymouth, I think.
Go on.
So it's chimpanzees, right? And imagine what's it called? Like, they have like the wooden frame things, yeah, that they can swing on and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So there was like a suspended log, okay, and there was a chimp stood on top of it, weeing onto the log, and the wee was running along it, and then like cascading off the edge into the mouth of a chimp that was on the floor.
You've told me this before.
Yeah,
you have told me this. I've just remembered.
It might have been even on the podcast at some point. I don't know how we would have got to it, but it's just the best thing I've ever seen in like a zoo environment.
That's quite incredible, Liam.
I was laughing.
Of course you were. That's pretty much my week. What have you been up to?
What was the best bit of the holiday?
Oh, it was probably the bit where we watched way too much. Oh, me and Tom forced Frankie to watch a bunch of episodes of what's it called? Something Fact or Fiction. It's so incredible. It's one of our favourite TV shows.
Is that the one with
Commander William Riker?
No.
Oh, well, that is who it is.
I was going to say that Peter Sevenovich.
No. This one, they tell you 4 to 5 stories an episode.
Okay.
A bunch of them are true and a bunch of them are false. Sorry, I realise this is an audio podcast. True is in heavy, heavy air quotes. So they're all ghosts and like paranormal shit, and then at the end they go through and tell you which ones were true and which ones are false. And the way that you figure it out, that me and Tom perfected by about episode 4, was if the story is impossible, it's true. If the story has an element to it that could like, there's a sort of explanation, like you're like, oh, maybe it wasn't actually a ghost, it was like a whatever alarm clock, that means it was false.
Okay.
So that's the trick to that show. It's fucking incredible.
Tom recommend us doing that for Culture Swap at some point?
Yeah, he did.
So that's on our list, is it?
Hell yeah.
Awesome. The thing I was thinking of was Peter Serafinowicz, I think his name is.
Serafinowicz?
He's in it was an educational show that I think they used to show on like BBC at 3 a.m. or something. Do you remember they used to do that?
Vaguely.
Like I remember like science lessons at school where they would show these things that had been taped off TV, and those things would have been shown at like the wee hours of the morning.
Got you.
So he was in this thing called Look Around You, which is a parody of those sort of educational programs. And it even says on the like blurb on IMDb, don't believe anything in the show is true.
Cool.
So that's why I thought maybe that was what you were talking about.
Yeah, no, this show is much better.
Have you seen Look Around You?
No, but this show is much better.
I mean, I feel like that's a statement you can't make without seeing the two
no,
compare.
I definitely can.
Fair enough.
This show's better than most things on TV. Anyway, that's
Frankie
the stuff
I
did. She did not seem to be that enthralled.
I can imagine that.
That's me done, Liam. What have you done?
I haven't had quite as an eventful time as you because, some of us have to work. And
I mean, I have to work. I took holiday.
Some of us can't afford to do that. We've got bills to pay.
Right, okay.
So I've been at a gym since March.
Did you just say at gym?
At a gym. Since March, I've been a member of a gym. That's probably the best way of saying that. And the thing with being a member of a gym, it's very reliant on you going there.
Yes.
Like, if you don't go, it's a bit of a waste of money.
Yeah, because they don't give a shit if you go.
If anything, they probably prefer it if you don't.
Yeah, I mean, that's more space for them to get more members in.
And
you're
more
paying
money.
them anyway. Sort of.
Yeah. So, we had quite a hot summer, and I was lazy. So there was definitely like probably a 2-month period where I didn't go at all.
Okay.
I slowly have started, like, now it's starting to get a bit colder, and I've started to look down and notice that there was definitely a bit of a pouch kind of forming around the old belly.
Do you mean a paunch?
A pouch.
I don't think you mean a pouch though, Liam.
I mean a pouch.
Well,
like what kangaroos have.
Yeah, except that's what if a pouch is forming, you need to go to a doctor.
No, don't worry about it. So yeah, I was like, oh, need to work on this. So
okay.
Went to the gym, and got talking to a lady there who is the woman that she works there. She kind of did my induction when I very first joined back in March.
Okay.
She was like, "Oh, I haven't seen you in a while." I was like, "Yeah, just
Wow.
trying to, get back into the swing of things." Anyway, one thing led to another, and now she's my personal trainer.
Okay.
So basically, I'm paying someone to make sure I go to the gym now.
Yeah. So you're paying more.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I have to admit, it's been really good. Apart from the first time I went. I've done 2 sessions so far, and the first one was not good.
Yeah, is the first one like they're trying to figure out where you're at physically?
Yeah. And the
So I
thing
imagine
is,
they push you quite hard.
well, here's the thing, right? I don't think I look particularly unfit or unhealthy.
No, you don't to the eye.
Yeah.
But
But
I've
looks,
seen you walk.
Yeah, looks can be deceptive,
You've
right?
you've got an unhealthy movement to you, I'd say.
What does that mean?
Well, just sometimes when you walk, I'm sort of, or you sort of move your arms around. Basically, any time you're not sitting very still,
Yeah.
there's a sort of air of sort of enfeeblement.
Yeah. So,
That was really mean. I'm sorry.
it's fine. It's, whatever. We did a warm-up.
Oh God, no! You didn't struggle with the warm up.
Yeah.
Oh, how badly?
We did 5 minutes on a cross trainer, and
Okay.
I had to get off and have a little break because I felt sick.
Jesus, so that's a bad sign. If the warm up is making you feel sick.
Yeah, I had to like sit down and like really just kind of take a good like 5 minutes to not feel sick. It was so bad. It was really
What did
embarrassing.
she say when you did that?
She was like, "I think we need to work on your cardio."
Yeah, fair enough.
I was like, "Yeah," because what she does is this thing called HIIT training, which is something like high intensity training, maybe.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
High intensity impact training, I think.
Yeah, I've heard of it where you do like a lot quickly, is it? And then
Yeah, and then you have a little rest and you do it all again, basically.
Yeah.
So you'll do like 3 or 4 exercises with no rest, and then you have a little rest.
Got you.
So that was just the first session wasn't great. I'll be honest.
Yeah, no, that's a bad start to having a personal trainer, I think.
Yeah. Then the next week I went for a health MOT, right? Where, to be fair, they should have probably done this first. They kind of gauge where your fitness levels are. So they take like blood samples and ask you about your diet and
Blood samples?
yeah.
Jesus, okay.
And they do this weird cardio test, right? Where they measure your like resting heart rate and stuff, and somehow from that they can extrapolate how good your cardio is.
I guess if your heart's going fast when you're resting, they're probably like, you're struggling with life.
Right, get this though. My cardio came back as excellent, and she was like, not sure why it's saying that.
I mean, that's fair. She had seen you nearly pass out from 5 minutes of working out.
Yeah, but, apparently, according to their tests and their equipment and stuff, excellent cardio. So, what does that tell you?
It sort of tells me that maybe the way they're testing cardio is falling.
Yeah, definitely. A cat went there this morning and saw her and said to her, "So Liam's got excellent cardio, has he?" And the personal trainer went, "Yeah, that's what the test said, but watching him do cardio for 5 minutes soon proved otherwise."
I like your trainer.
Yeah, like she's great. So the thing that is good about it is I feel accountable now.
Yeah. That's always the hardest bit, is motivating yourself to do it, and now you're almost letting someone else down, even though you wouldn't be.
Exactly. It's really weird. Like, she wouldn't give a shit if I didn't go.
Yeah.
But I kind of don't want to embarrass myself like I did again. So so here's how much of an improvement 1 week made. The second PT session I did 10 minutes on the cross trainer and then 5 minutes on a bike.
Ooh, look at you.
So yeah, it's definitely.
Did she turn all the settings down?
Put it this way, I think I went a bit too hard the first time on the cross trainer, and I'd never used it before, so I didn't really know what I was doing. And then I kind of spent a couple of sessions there just figuring out how I could do it without killing myself.
I like that you got a personal trainer, and instead of like getting your personal trainer to guide you through what you're meant to be doing, you went and figured it out yourself so you wouldn't embarrass yourself in front of your personal trainer.
Yeah.
It's the same shit I would do, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
You're broken as me.
Yeah. I've been keeping a food diary.
I've seen your food diary. It's exceptional.
Yeah.
Took it a little bit too literally, shall we say.
Yeah, no, so, yeah, to be fair, after that, when everyone was like, that's probably not what you should be doing, when I tweeted it to the gym and they came back and were like, yeah, you might need to get a couple of hours with your personal trainer to give them time to read through it, I was like, oh, maybe that's not quite correct.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what's interesting is I've realised I don't eat a lot, and I need to fix that.
Don't you?
So there have been days where I've literally have only eaten like 4 times in that day, and one of those times would literally just be like, had a banana.
Yeah.
The issue I have, right, is
to me that's a lot, is the thing, Liam.
Actually break down how many times you eat during a day, though.
Okay, today I had breakfast.
Yeah, so what did you have?
I had a wrap.
Okay.
Then I had, for lunch, I had a banana and a can of Coke Zero.
Healthy.
Then Coke Zero, fuck you, and a banana.
Yep.
Then I had one of those healthy yogurty bar things.
Yeah.
And then I had pasta for dinner, and that's it. And that's all I will eat today.
Okay. But you're not trying to put on weight, are you?
No, I'm trying to fucking lose it.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to gain weight.
No, you're trying to gain muscle.
Well, yeah, but you need to gain weight to do that.
Now, Liam, I don't, I'm not a personal trainer, and that's fair, and I'm willing to accept that I might be wrong. But once as a child, I read Mr. Strong from the Mr. Men series. Yeah. The way to get strong is to eat a lot of eggs.
The eggs help; they're a good source of protein.
There you go. See, told you.
But yeah, and also the other thing that I don't do, which I should do, is I don't start eating until quite late in the day.
Yeah, that is bad. When I lived at the flat in London, I would quite often have dinner at like 9, 10 p.m, which is terrible.
Would that be like the first time you'd eat that day, though?
No, you don't eat at 9 or 10 p.m. as the first meal.
No, that's what I'm saying. So, like, for me, I'd go without eating one day. I didn't eat until like 3 p.m.
Yeah, I do that on weekends.
Yeah,
that is bad. You're meant to like kickstart your metabolism and shit, aren't you?
Yeah, and you're meant to eat more than just a banana for breakfast, apparently.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, it's been good because I'm learning a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's helping you. If you're already, feeling a difference in fitness, that's good.
Yeah, I actually went to the gym an extra time last week just because I felt like it.
Whoa.
So I'm not quite at the stage yet where I'm like, exercise is fun, but I'm hopeful that I might get there one day. Because I've always been jealous of the people that are like, they always say it's really hard to get into it, but then once you're into it, it becomes fun somehow.
Yeah, I know you, though. I don't think you're the kind of person that will find it fun.
Nah, I don't think I will either.
Because there'll always be that little voice inside you going, I could be watching a movie.
Yeah, or playing a PlayStation.
Yeah,
or
I think that's the issue we've got, is the people that like enjoy that stuff. I'm not saying you're boring if you do enjoy exercise, obviously. You do you, fucking whatever. But to me, there's just other much more fun stuff I could be doing.
Yeah, and often stuff that doesn't really require a lot of movement.
Exactly. If all the VR games were great and required me to run in them, I imagine I'd be fucking healthy as anything.
Eventually.
No, I just would be. I'd immediately be healthy, and that's how it works.
Right. Okay. But yeah, so that's basically all I've done really. Is I got a personal trainer, and now I've just bored people talking about going to the gym for ages. But the important thing to remember is it doesn't count. Going to the gym doesn't count if you don't tell people you've done it.
Okay, right, sure.
It's like being vegan. Doesn't count unless everyone knows you're vegan.
I'm not going to insult our vegan listeners.
If we have any vegan listeners, I'm actually
the views expressed on this show are Liam's.
I'm a little bit envious because I
don't be. No. No, it's such a boring lifestyle.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? I respect the what is it? The morality behind it almost.
No. Because some of the stuff that vegans don't eat does not stem from that. Like I think vegetarians who are doing it through the choice of like, I don't like the abuse animals have, I think that's super admirable.
Okay, yeah, that's
when
what
you're
I mean.
When you're like, I'm not going to eat honey because of the poor bees, and I'm like, the bees are dying, and the honey like industry is keeping the bees alive. We need the bees to live, vegans.
Well, okay. Just you do you. I like meat
that's
too
fine.
much,
Just
though.
you do you, but don't kill the honeybees.
My favourite meat is lamb.
Yeah, you would be a lamb lover.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It just sounded like it would be an insult.
Is lamb specifically, like, I know a lamb is a baby sheep, but when they...
it is young sheep.
Good, okay. Just wanted
that's
to
why.
make sure.
Yeah, that's why it's called lamb.
Yeah, no, I wasn't sure if that was just like a nicer way of saying sheep.
No,
but that's mutton, isn't it?
Mutton?
Yeah.
Mutton's when you've got an older sheep.
Yeah. No, lamb's my favourite. I quite like chicken. Turkey's good. Beef is the one that I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of meat.
Why not?
plain meat. I find it boring. I've had this discussion.
Oh,
before.
you need to put ketchup on it, don't you?
Yeah, because
Like
ketchup's
a
delicious.
freak.
Whatever.
That's not all I've done this last week. Because we recorded the last episode late, and we're recording this one actually on time for once. So there hasn't been a long period of time between us last recording.
No, that's true. But Liam, I bet you've had enough time to do your favourite part of the show. Liam's been to the cinema, and here are the spoiler-free reviews of the things that he saw at the cinema.
I saw 3 films in like the space of a week.
Impressive. What ones did you see?
What's impressive, Ellie, is the fact that you were like, can you edit this podcast? And I was like, nah, I'm too busy. And the thing I was busy doing was going to the cinema.
Yeah, listeners, I had this realisation after begging Liam and saying, can you just look? He went, I'm not going to have time till Thursday. I went, that's fine. That's a day earlier than I'm going to have, mate. I'm away till Friday. And he said, well, maybe. And I got back on Friday and I checked and I went, all right, that's fine. Liam must have been really busy, so I'll get it edited.
He was.
And then as I was editing the last episode, Liam announced in the episode, I'm going to the cinema 3 times next week.
Yeah. So, the first...
I'm not bitter.
You shouldn't be. Because the thing is, really what I'm doing is work for the podcast, because if I don't go to the cinema...
your brain wouldn't let you say that cleanly. You had to force it out. You're like, work.
Yeah, because, you think about it, right? If I don't go to the cinema, we don't have this section, and this section is a fan favourite.
What films did you see?
It's a Liam favourite, and that's the important bit. I saw Murder on the Orient Express. Okay, did you know anything about this film?
I've seen the trailer.
Yeah.
I know it's based on Hercule Poirot books.
Yeah, which is by Agatha Christie.
Yeah, I remember the old TV show, but never watched it.
Yeah.
I know that the Orient Express story is the big one, right? That's the most famous Hercule Poirot stuff.
Yeah. So this was directed by Kenneth Branagh, right? So you don't really know names too good, do you?
That's true.
But you will know him because he directed the first Thor film.
Okay.
He's also the star of it. He plays, I'm not going to be able to say the name, Hercule Poirot? Poirot?
Yeah, sure, that was close enough.
I can't do silly
just
names.
Poirot.
He played the main character.
Alright, did he? Oh, okay, so yeah, I now know him from seeing him in the trailer, and
Yes.
also for his directing skills in Thor.
And he has a very impressive moustache.
Yeah, well, Poirot has a moustache in the books, right? I think.
Yeah, and I think in the TV show he did as well. Anyway, this has
he did, yeah, no, actually, now I'm thinking about it, he did have a curly moustache, I think.
This has an all-star cast as well, because you've got Daisy Ridley, who you know as Rey from Star Wars.
Yep, I know her anyway.
You got Josh Gad, who's been in stuff. Johnny Depp.
Okay. Is this the film that kicked up a bit of trouble for Johnny Depp, or was that another one?
What trouble are you talking about?
Well, because he has allegedly, he did a bit of wife beating, didn't he?
Yeah, Amber Heard.
And then there was some film that was happening, and someone was like, you cannot have him in it, because...
No, I think that is because he was cast... He's been cast in the next Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
That's it, that is the one, that's what I'm thinking of, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be Grindelwald in that, and a lot of people are like, just replace him. You can easily explain it because magic.
Maybe don't have the dude who's accused of being a bit of a domestic abuser star in this famous kids film. Yeah.
And basically, I think what's happened is Warner Brothers, I think, are behind that film, and they just turned around and gone, fuck you guys, we want money.
Fair enough. I mean, not fair enough, that's a douche move. But anyway, sorry. Back to Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah, it's got Derek Jacobi in it, Michelle Pfeiffer, Judi Dench, Judi Dench, Olivia Colman, Willem Dafoe. It's a pretty starry cast, right?
Yeah, there are some impressive names in there.
Yeah. So it's a murder mystery. It's a whodunit. I have zero familiarity with the the source material or any of the other versions of this that have been done in the past.
So you thought it was Poirot who did it?
Well, I had no idea who did it before. It's about a minute before it's revealed. I figured it out.
Yeah, I guess that's less impressive a minute before it's revealed. But
yeah,
I'm still proud of you.
Thanks. It's an all right film. It's nothing special.
Yeah,
but it's I struggle with accents just listening to them, so it took me a while to get used to that. And the tone of the film was a little bit weird in that you'd have some weird comedy moments, and then obviously it's all very serious. There's been a murder. Oh dear, who did it? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was all right. 3 out of 5.
So yeah, all right. So worth a watch when it comes out.
If it's on TV and you've got nothing better to do, give it a watch.
Fair enough.
Then, right, so the cinema I go to, the reason why I go so much is because I have this little unlimited card, right?
Yeah. You said this on the last episode, Liam, that they were doing a secret showing, right?
Yeah, and did I say what I wanted it to be?
You did. I can't remember what you said it was. I can't remember what you said. Yeah.
Really wanted it to be The Greatest Showman.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Because that's got Zac Efron in it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And I thought, my gosh, 2 movies in 1 week with Zac Efron on the big screen. I'll get to the other movie soon. I just thought my little heart probably wouldn't be able to take that, but fuck it, let's give it a go. Then the day
probably
before,
quite lucky that it wasn't.
The day before, the Cineworld Twitter account was like, "Oh, I'll just let you know, the films are 15 rated, so don't bring anyone under 15; they won't be allowed in." Well, The Greatest Showman's going to be like a PG or a 12A or something, so that ruled that out.
Right.
The main contenders were Brigsby Bear, which has Mark Hamill in it, so I really wanted to see that. A film called Better Watch Out, which is like a festive-y, horror-y type movie.
Okay.
And Molly's Game is the last one. And I didn't really want it to be Molly's Game because I'd seen the trailer for it and it didn't look particularly great. And that's the one that it was. Yeah,
so what is this film? I don't know anything about it.
Alright, so Jessica Chastain plays this woman called Molly something.
Okay.
Hang on. It's based on a true story. So I want to get the name right. Molly Bloom, okay? And this is based on a book that she wrote. She was basically... And she ran these like poker games for kind of wealthy or famous clientele.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I've seen the trailer once for this.
Yeah. It has an interesting cast in that like Michael Cera pops up at one point.
Yeah.
It's also got Idris Elba in, who I have issues with Idris Elba.
I know you do.
He's a fine actor. Don't get me wrong. Like he's okay. It's just. He has this attitude about him that I don't like, and it basically all stemmed from before Avengers Age of Ultron came out, he did an interview where he revealed that he was in it, and even in the interview he said, Joss Whedon has asked me not to reveal this, but I don't care, I don't give a fuck, I'm going to let you know now, I'm in Avengers Age of Ultron. And
yeah,
to me that just, it doesn't, like, if someone has asked you not to do something and then you go around and do it, you're kind of a dick, basically.
Yep.
So I have issues with him. I need to explain that because I don't want people thinking it's a race thing.
Right, okay.
Alright, Molly's Game. Also, surprise little face popped up. Joe Keery.
Okay.
He's in Stranger Things. Steve from Stranger Things.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah.
So when he popped up, I was just delighted. So let's see. Jessica Chastain is good. Right. It's also written and directed by Aaron Sorkin, so he adapted the book. Aaron Sorkin has a very distinctive writing style. He wrote The Social Network, if you've seen that.
I haven't. I know I should have.
Yeah. Anyone that's seen The Social Network, when I say he has a distinctive way of writing dialogue, you'll know exactly what I mean. This is a very Aaron Sorkin movie. Just the dialogue is just pure Sorkin. If you like that sort of thing, you'll love this. I have issues when films are adapted from books. I find it really fucking lazy to just rely on voiceover narration.
Yep.
And the first 15 minutes of this is just nothing but voiceover narration.
Got you.
And that just kind of wound me up a little bit. It does eventually settle down a bit, but it's the sort of film where... So it's 2 hours and 20 minutes long, which is a long time for a film. Especially a particularly average film like this.
Yeah.
The first half, where it's basically showing her kind of figuring the stuff out and getting embroiled in this world, is quite interesting and quite good and quite fast-paced and quite fun. And then you've got the second half where it's basically the consequences of this world catching up with her, and then it really drags.
Okay.
So, basically, it's not great.
Fair enough. Out of 5?
3 out of 5, just because the first half was surprisingly decent.
Okay.
But you just got to then get through the second half. And I was just so happy. Idris Elba was good in this, Jessica Chastain was brilliant, and I love seeing Michael Cera and Joe Keery. So the fact that their little faces popped up definitely helped.
Okay.
Then the last one. Do you remember before I mentioned how Zac Efron would have been on the big screen twice?
Yeah.
He's in the movie that I saw this week called The Disaster Artist.
Ah.
So, long-time listeners of this, not even that long, if you've been listening for a month, maybe 2, you'll know that me and Ellie went to see The Room at Prince Charles Cinema, where there was like, audience participation and interaction, all that sort of good stuff. The Disaster Artist is a movie all about the making of The Room.
Based on a book by Greg Sestero?
It is. Right, so I'm kind of impressed that this movie exists, right? Because if you think about it from just like a pure, like, movie making is a business, okay? And look at it from a pure business perspective, making a movie about the making of the worst movie ever made just seems like a dumb idea on paper, right?
I don't know. Really? Think about the cult following that...
Definitely. But it is a kind of cult following. It's just not an obvious thing, I don't think. Like, I'm sure the book didn't exactly do, like, so brilliant in the sales that people were snapping up the movie rights for it. What I'm trying to get at is this feels like a passion project, okay? Because The Room has quite a few famous fans. James Franco directed and starred in this, and I think Seth Rogen helped somewhere with the writing or something. But yeah, it is just... The only reason this movie exists, I think, is because people with money are such fans of The Room that they wanted to tell this story.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like, I think this was not the sort of movie that was made via a business meeting and people were like, this is going to make us mega profit.
Yeah, got you. It was, probably come up with somewhere, and then they were like, right, we've got to push for this to be made, because it'd be great.
Exactly. So, James Franco does an excellent job of portraying Tommy. He's starring alongside his brother Dave Franco, who plays Greg. Yeah. And it's just got loads of names in it. You've got Seth Rogen, you've got Paul Scheer, Zac Efron as a little role. He plays Chris R. If anyone that knows the movie will surely know Chris R. He's the drug dealer.
Yeah, there you go. That's what you needed to say. I thought it was the drug dealer.
Yeah. Alison Brie is in it. You've got Josh Hutcherson, who plays Denny.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You've got Bob Odenkirk has a role. Bryan Cranston has a role. Sharon Stone. It's an all-star cast, basically, yeah?
Yeah.
And again, it's all people that I think are fans of the source material. Because I've been watching a lot of the press junkets that the Franco brothers have been doing for this. And the question that keeps coming up is how hard was it to get people like Bryan Cranston and that involved? And I'm just saying it was easy. People were lining up because they wanted to get involved with this.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's got to be so big in that industry.
Yeah.
Like, this film has got to be so famous there that I can imagine, like, and especially the people that you're saying are in it, seem like the kind of people that would be like, holy shit, we've got to do this.
Yeah, exactly. I have I really enjoyed the film, but some of the stuff that I wanted to see kind of conflicts. So I'm just going to explain what I wanted to see, but I'm also incredibly aware that some of this doesn't quite make sense, okay?
Okay.
So you get to see how Tommy and Greg meet, and then, do you remember when we went to see The Room, afterwards they showed a film called Best Friends?
Yep.
Which was all about this road trip that they took quite early on in their friendship. You see a little bit of the road trip in this film, but I kind of wanted to see more of it.
Yeah, well, from the stories that they were telling us of that road trip, it sounds insane.
Exactly. But the other thing, and this is where it kind of conflicts, is there was quite a lot of build-up, like establishing who the characters were and them meeting and them going through, like, the moving to LA and going through the hustle and failing at becoming actors, basically, and then that kind of leading them to Tommy to the decision to make The Room. Yeah. I kind of wanted to get to the making of the film quicker, because that's obviously where this film works best, because it's playing on things that fans of The Room will be aware of.
Yeah, right. That makes sense.
Don't get me wrong, the setup is all good. I just really want to see them actually making the damn movie. So before the credits, they do see a side-by-side comparison of scenes that they've reenacted for the Disaster Artist, put alongside the actual scenes from The Room. And I wanted to see more of that because it's insane how good they've managed to do it.
Yeah, have they got it down to, like, camera positions and shit?
Camera positions, sets, to the point where even the line deliveries, there's a couple of scenes where the line deliveries are just in perfect unison.
That's pretty awesome.
It is actually insane, like, how much time and effort must have gone into it.
Yeah.
The film also opens with a load of talking heads. Like, you've got Kevin Smith. What's his face? I think it's Adam something, but I'm blanking. Let me see if I can find it. Adam Scott.
Yep.
You've got J.J. Abrams. You've got Kristen Bell. Keegan-Michael Key. You've got a load of people who are just basically talking about The Room. And I wanted to see a little bit more of that. just because I find it interesting seeing these like famous people talking about this movie.
Yeah, but I guess it's not a documentary, so I don't really blame them for not having...
Yeah, it was a good way to like set up the film. I wouldn't have minded if, say, at the end there'd been a bit more of that, right? And obviously I wanted to see more Zac Efron, because obviously, right?
Because you're a little crushed up, pathetic guy for Zac Efron.
Yeah. But yeah, The Disaster Artist is great. I just kind of like the fact that we live in a world where not only does a film like The Disaster Artist get made as a passion project, but also that it's really good.
Yeah,
because
I mean,
it would have been so easy, I think, to have kind of done this movie in a snootier way, where you're kind of like almost picking on the room and the people involved in it.
Yeah.
And this doesn't do that. It really does try to show these people who quite earnestly just have a dream and have the drive to actually see that dream through. So it's great. It's a really good time. I don't know how well it will play if you haven't seen The Room beforehand.
Well, yeah, that seems like a weird fucking decision if someone went to see it without seeing The Room.
Yeah, definitely see The Room first. But basically, I think if a lot of people love each other, the world would be a better place to live.
Very good, Liam.
4 out of 5.
Nice.
That's all the films I saw.
I saw some films as well, Liam. I saw Geostorm.
Yeah, okay.
It's bad.
It's the Gerard Butler one, right?
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, I avoided it because it looked terrible.
Yeah, it's honestly, if you want to watch a film just so you can rip it and sort of have a laugh, taking the piss out of all the stupid decisions it makes, go see Geostorm with friends.
Okay.
Because it is appalling. It feels like it's way out of touch with, like, because there was that period of time when there were a lot of disaster movies.
Yeah.
Like, 2012 and Day After Tomorrow and that.
Yeah.
This film's, like, come way too late. It's missed all that.
Yeah, but, we had San Andreas not that long ago.
Yeah, did that get a whole lot? Like, it was... I didn't mind San Andreas, but I don't think
it was fun.
Yeah, but I don't know how well received it was or anything. Like, I didn't hear a lot about it.
I think they're doing a sequel.
I hope so. It's a fucking great film. But yeah, I don't know. Geostorm just feels like it missed the wave completely of what it was trying to do.
Okay. What was it trying to do?
Be a disaster film.
And what was it in the end?
Just a laughable piece of rubbish.
Okay, fair enough. That doesn't sound good.
No, it's bad.
Okay.
Then Liam. Oh, sorry. Give it a rating.
Yeah.
1.5 out of 5.
Ooh, that's bad.
It's a bad film.
Okay.
I would give it more, but I'm not going to give it points for how much I was enjoying ripping apart the film.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. I saw a lot of people on Twitter say, like, it's a terrible movie, but it's quite funny in its terribleness.
Yeah. It's funny in the way that only films that completely miss their mark and aren't trying to be funny can be funny.
Okay.
Like this film, there's never a point where you're like, oh, they're laughing along with me.
Yeah.
Because they know they fucked up. You're like, no. They just didn't know what was happening and messed this up.
Fair enough.
Then I saw Liam Happy Death Day, which you've
Ooh.
spoken about on the show before.
Yeah. So I'm assuming it's because I raved about it so highly that you decided to go see it, right?
Well, yeah, I guess a little bit. I didn't remember if you rated it highly or not. I just remember you talking about it.
I did really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a really good film.
I'm pleased you thought so. So one of the things that I remember enjoying most is how good the lead actress is.
Yeah, does an incredible job.
Yeah.
Like, it's just good. The fact is, I don't know, the whole thing is great. The fact that it's like an adult version of Groundhog Day, like a much more horrifying version of Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Is really good.
The only thing that did bother me about it is I didn't think they needed to explicitly name check Groundhog Day in that very, very final scene.
Well, apparently he was going to be making a cameo.
What, Bill Murray?
Yeah. So apparently they were going to get him to do a cameo, and then something happened where he didn't do it.
Oh, that's a shame.
So I think they were going for the cameo, didn't get that, and just went, well, we need something like that.
The cameo would have been enough, I think.
Yeah, but I don't think they could get him, so I can see where they sort of went, oh god, we were meant to have a cameo, what do we do? Reference it.
Yeah,
but I agree with you, they didn't need to.
Yeah, okay, good.
But yeah, I give it like a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I think we're the same with our ratings on that one.
Yeah, it's worth watching if you get the chance.
Okay.
And then the final film I saw, Liam, was Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
Which I've also seen and spoken about on here. I was not very impressed by it.
No, it's not a very good film. If you liked the first Kingsman...
this is not like
No, not at all.
There's moments...
There's a couple. What it does well is it has a few scenes where, like you've got the memorable church scene from the first one.
There's a couple of times where it feels like it tries to replicate that almost.
Yeah, I mean, there's the very deliberate one there's a very deliberate scene that is almost perfectly mirrors a scene from the first film, which is done deliberately to show you something. And that's...
Yeah. But I mean, there's a couple of scenes where it feels like they're like, oh, this is going to be our church scene of this movie.
Definitely.
It just wasn't good enough.
No, 100%. I mean, like in the first one, the villain's sort of plot kind of made sense, if I remember rightly. Like maybe not a whole lot, but I was sort of like, I can see the logic here.
Yeah.
The villain in this one, her plan is just terrible.
Get people addicted to a drug and then kill them if the government don't do something, wasn't it?
Not even that. It's literally just
Or get people
poison all my drugs.
Yeah.
Then hold the world hostage with the cure unless they legalize drugs.
Which they don't do.
No, the president's just like, cool, fine. But I mean, to her, he's like, yeah, let's do it. But he's just actually like, no, it's cool.
Yeah. Well, why would we want a load of drug addicts, around anyway? This is just helping us.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing was just flawed.
The other thing is that I feel like they didn't make a lot of like the fact that they had like Channing Tatum, for example.
Yeah, 100%. Like I thought he was going to be a much more not crucial part of the story, but much more involved than he is.
Yeah, definitely.
Which was a shame, like that he isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I don't know, 2 out of 5.
Okay.
If you want to go see an action film and you've already seen Kingsman and you don't want to rewatch it, go see this and then rewatch Kingsman because you'll be like, oh man, I wish I had just rewatched Kingsman.
Yeah, Kingsman is a lot better.
Yeah.
It's a shame, really, that it did go so downhill so quickly.
Yeah. I don't know. Someone fucked up somewhere.
Yeah.
That's it, Liam. That's all the stuff I've seen.
What about books and
Housekeeping?
How's Gilmore Girls going?
Housekeeping!
I've been doing more of the Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, what season are you on now?
Started season 5.
Cool.
So season 4, we were a bit slow with it. We were really struggling.
That was the season with the college.
Yeah, and the first half is a struggle. Second half gets much better. Much better. And it, to the point where Kat, who is generally pretty sniffy about Gilmore Girls, there was a night where we do one episode a night. That's the rule. We did our episode. I went to turn the Gilmore Girls off, and she was like, "No, Liam, we need to watch another one." So yeah, it gets that good that even Kat wanted to watch more.
Oh, fair enough.
So you've got to catch up, man. Because I know that you liked it.
Yeah, no, I know. There's been a ton of other shit that I'm watching.
Yeah, but
I'm trying to catch up with so much stuff that Gilmore Girls is not at the top of that pile.
Why?
Well, let's think. It's because, I don't know, last time I was out of touch with Walking Dead, what happened is I got like a year of you being like, oh my god, watch Walking Dead. So I'm trying to get through the shit that I've already got piled up to get to Walking Dead so I can fucking catch up there, then I can watch Gilmore Girls.
I don't understand how you let these things pile up so much.
Because I'm not like you, Liam.
What, just do one a night?
Yeah, I can't force myself. If I'm not in the mood to watch something, I'm not in the mood to watch something. I would enjoy it a lot less if I forced myself every night to watch an episode.
See, right, this is the crucial difference, I think, is for us, we just put it on when we have dinner. So it's almost
yeah, I eat with my family.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what you need to stop doing.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I'm not going to stop eating dinner with my family.
But they're getting in the way.
No, Liam, you're getting in the way.
How?
You just are, by existing.
Alright, anyway, yeah, season 4, really good. You need to catch up. We've had a couple of tweets. Gibbo tweeted us. Close Twitter down there, didn't I?
Did you?
Yeah.
Big silly.
Don't worry, I'll get it back. Here we go. Gibbo tweeted us saying, I'm with Liam on Batman vs Superman and Justice League, and watching Justice League makes me like Batman vs Superman more and just want a full Snyder universe. 100% support Ellie with The Good Place. Such an awesome show and really makes you want to watch it all at once.
Yep.
And then I went back to Gibbo just saying Justice League is probably my most disappointing cinema experience in a long, long time. I don't know what they were thinking. So much potential squandered. And Gibbo said, I have 100% faith in Snyder's vision, and seeing Batman vs Superman Ultimate Cut cemented that. Then he had to leave, and I honestly thought Joss would do right by him. But after watching Justice League, it was 2 movies. The Snyder one I wanted that fits, and the Joss/Warner Brothers movie that didn't fit. The 2 different movies could have been good apart, but together they just missed the mark.
I haven't seen the Ultimate Cut of BVS. Have you?
Yeah.
Is it worth watching?
Yeah. You'll probably still have all your issues because,
They've still got all the scenes that I specifically have mentioned multiple times. Martha,
Yeah. And
Superman killing people.
exactly. This is not a Superman that you like. You have issues with the Superman in these movies.
I don't have a Superman I like unless he's evil.
Whatever. You won't. You should watch it, but you won't like it because
Yeah, is it? Will I prefer it to original BVS?
Probably, but I'd be surprised if you can actually remember. Like, if you watch this, I'd be surprised if you knew what scenes were new.
Yeah, fair enough.
Then Kat tweeted saying, "Listening to Nerd on Nerd, and now I need to force Liam to like Royal Blood. I'm very jealous that Ellie has seen them live."
Yep. I think it was like my third time seeing them live. Liam, you must listen.
I just don't really give a fuck about music.
I just don't really give a fuck about your stuff.
Movies.
No, I like movies.
Exactly.
Name something that you like that I don't like.
Video games.
I like video games.
Netflix.
I like Netflix.
Don't know then.
Personal trainers. Whatever.
Have you ever had one?
Healthy lifestyle.
It's hard. It really is. I'm not a fan of it.
Fair enough.
And that was it for housekeeping. If you want to be mentioned on housekeeping, you need to get in touch. That's the only way to do it.
Yeah. Are we going to do the contact details now?
No, we'll do it at the end.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, if people are sat there being like, oh, wonder why they don't mention me on housekeeping, it's because you haven't fucking got in touch.
I mean, that'd be weird if they're sitting there going, no, they never talk about me.
Well, now you know why.
Yeah, there you go, listeners.
Mystery solved.
Culture swap.
There's many ways they can get in touch as well, isn't there?
Yeah, we'll tell you them all at the end of the show. Culture swap.
Culture swap. Swap my culture. Let's do culture swap.
Very good. What did we watch this time on your very special birthday episode, Liam?
Oh yeah, what was my birthday present?
I gave it to you already.
What?
I gave it to you like right at the start of the show.
What was it?
How do you not remember?
I don't remember. What was it?
You're getting it right now. It's my present.
No, because I did a little treat for your birthday.
No,
special.
you didn't. Finish watching Attack on Titan.
Well, but what's your treat for me?
I don't want to mislead you like you did to me, because I remember how it felt, Liam, to receive my birthday present and be like, wow, what a great friend Liam is for actually trying to finish Attack on Titan, and then you didn't. So I don't want to trick you by making you... Oh, like I was going to watch some Mumblecore, and then I was like, what would be the point? Because I'd say that, Liam would be like, oh, Ellie tried. And then I just would be like, and I hate it, and I'm never going to watch it again.
No, but the trying would be the important part.
No, the finishing doing it would be the important part.
So what are you going to do when I do finish Attack on Titan?
I'll finish something that I didn't like of yours.
Such as?
I'll rewatch Christmas Evil.
I actually quite like that movie. I'm surprised you didn't. Anyway,
Yes,
whatever. Culture swap.
Yeah.
I decided that we should do Your Sister because basically Mumblecore I think can fit into like several different camps. You've got the real like the low budget, the mumbliest of the Mumblecore, which is what I used to introduce you to this sort of subgenre, if you will. This movie movement, right? And you didn't like that.
No, it's bad.
That's fair enough. But then a little bit later on, once Mumblecore had matured a bit, it kind of got to this point where you could basically mistake it for an indie film. Like, they got much better budgets. Still, you know, like Mark Duplass still came from the Mumblecore world. And Lynn Shelton, the director of this, kind of made her name in Mumblecore films. So you still have like a Mumblecore sensibility to it. But there's a movie like this movie and another one called Drinking Buddies, are two like movies that are made by Mumblecore directors when they've given a bit of a budget, and they still have the Mumblecore kind of sensibilities to them, but they look and sound cleaner.
Yeah, so can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So, from what I've seen so far, the two films, right, is this a Mumblecore? Like, I know you're saying they came from Mumblecore, and that's fine, but is it? Because the first Mumblecore film you showed me, that was, like, bad, and it was just like, oh, look at these people, look at their life, and they're just having a normal life, and let's throw in a little bit of plot, but it's not really a plot, it's just like, here's a snippet of his life. Whereas this has a plot.
But barely, really.
No, Liam. A woman effectively, like, rapes him and gets pregnant with his child. Maybe, possibly. That's, like, a big plot thing. And, like, the fact that he's trying to find love with his best friend and then finds it. That's a big plot compared to the first film.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, it's not a big plot in, you know, like, something like Star Wars or the Marvel films where it's, like, this crazy story that's going everywhere. But there is a plot in this film.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is that... I don't know, because I haven't watched enough Mumblecore to know what Mumblecore is.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? Mumblecore is a very loose definition anyway, and it's a horrible terminology. So I've literally just Googled Your Sister Mumblecore, and loads of things come up as hits with that. But there's an interview with Mark Duplass, right, where he says, "I just really hate to think that someone might stay home and not go see your sister's sister because they'll say, 'What's Mumblecore? I don't know what that is. It sounds pretentious, so I'm not gonna go.' That would bum me out because this is a movie for everybody."
Yeah, which I agree with.
Yeah, but I think the fact is, it does still kind of fit the loose definition of Mumblecore. But the definition is just so fucking loose.
What is the definition?
I don't even know.
It's just that loose.
It's like, it's more aesthetic than anything.
Okay.
So yeah, I think this maybe would get kind of, this straddles Mumblecore and indie. I think it's almost like a nice bridge between the two.
Yeah, because if you showed me this and hadn't said to me it's part of the Mumblecore, umbrella, I would have said this is an indie film.
Yeah. Which is, and I think you'd have the exact same thing with Drinking Buddies as well.
Yeah.
So, right, should we do like a plot synopsis? There's going to be spoilers, by the way.
I mean, I've already spoiled a bunch of the film, so
yeah.
If you want to go see this, go see it.
Yeah,
I've sort of ruined it a little bit. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Go on, do a plot synopsis.
Mark Duplass's brother is dead. They are at a wake. They say, he's like, "Oh, my brother's a dickhead," and everyone's like, "Whoa, we loved your brother," and he's like, "Yeah, you didn't know my brother. I love him." Whoa. Then his best friend is like, "Go stay in my father's cabin." He goes to the father's cabin. He meets the best friend's lesbian sister.
Wait, who's the best friend and the best friend's lesbian sister played by?
The best friend is Emily Blunt as Iris.
Yeah.
The sister is Rosemary DeWitt as Hannah.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. He goes to the cabin. He meets Hannah. Hannah's all like, "Oh, I've just broken up with my long-term lesbian partner." Then they have sex. Then Iris shows up. He's like, "Don't tell Iris. She'd be bummed out." And then you very quickly discover that Iris is in love with him. He loves Iris. Hannah wants a baby. He figures out that Hannah poked holes in the condom to try and get pregnant because she went a little bit crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, you're saying this as if like the way you're describing this is as if it's all happened quite quickly. But at this point in the film, you're like,
I'm also not trying to insult it. I'm just trying to do like you can summarise this whole plot quite quickly.
Yeah, which is what I was
saying. It's not a negative
earlier.
thing that they put it out.
Yeah, no, I was saying earlier, like, there's not a lot of plot to it.
No, there isn't. But like, that's what it's all about. Like, it's basically about two sisters and their relationship. Yeah. And how this guy, Jack, fits into that relationship.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, it's very dialogue-driven.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you've got, on the Wikipedia page, it only lists 4 actors, and it's basically the ones that had speaking lines, I think, except the waitress.
Yeah.
Like, it's really well done. The fact that I was worried I was going to be bored, and I was not bored. I really enjoyed all of it.
I was worried you'd be bored too, but to be honest, like I used Kat as a bit of a like litmus test, where she was like, "Oh, I'm tired. I might not be able to make it through this. I might nap," and then she did make it through it because it was that damn good. Yeah,
it's really interesting, and it keeps like pulling you in with other bits.
I think it's just like genuinely Mark Duplass is, I think, one of my favourite actors.
Yeah, he is incredible. He's really good.
He does this, and the thing is, it's not like he's even that likable. Like the very, like you said, the first scene with the wake, he comes across as a bit of a douchebag in that scene, but yet he still is just immensely likable somehow. Yeah,
well, I mean, he's not really being a dick in that scene. Like when you listen to what he says,
yeah,
he's not saying like "fuck my brother, we should all hate him." Yeah, he's just saying like "you're doing the bullshit. Oh, look how perfect this dead guy is."
Yeah, eulogizing.
And in reality, he was a person.
Yeah.
Because he's even like, he loves his brother. Like, I feel like him and his brother, from what you learn, probably had a similar relationship to what Iris and Hannah have.
Yeah.
Where he, like, really looks up to his brother, but also sees the, like, flawed side of him.
Yeah. See, what I'm realising now is the issue with doing a film like this is we're both going to agree on it, because we both really enjoyed it. But also, there's not really a lot to say about it, I don't think.
Did you like his bike?
I liked it when he beat it up.
He did beat it up. He got angry at the bike, Liam.
Yeah.
He's a big angry man. All right, I've got a question, Liam.
Okay.
I personally think that maybe Jack forgave Hannah a little bit too quickly.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
What she did is rape, right? Or something.
I don't know if it's rape because
it's on that branch.
I don't think it's rape necessarily because
maybe not rape.
He willingly had sex with her.
He was very drunk.
Yeah, but it was still willing.
That's still rape. hey Liam, welcome to 2017,
Right,
and
sorry,
life. That's
hang on.
if someone is very drunk and they want sex and you say yes, that can still be rape.
He consented.
Yeah.
That's
Jesus,
crazy.
am I actually
She was
having
also
to...
drunk.
No, but see, that's the thing. A part of me is like, is she as drunk as him? If she's smart enough to pierce the unless she was prepared with the condom.
Yeah.
Even then, I don't know. There was definitely. I mean, it's not okay what she did at all.
I don't think it's rape though. Like,
I'm not saying
so
it's
the
rape. I'm
condom
just saying
thing-
that can be rape.
Yeah, piercing a condom to get a baby put inside you, that's wrong. We can agree with
massively,
that. But
hugely.
having sex with someone, even if they're drunk, if you both want the sex, I get what you're saying.
I'm
like,
not. No.
it's-
I'm not saying an opinion, Liam. I'm telling
Yeah.
you the law. The legality of it is if that person then turns around and says, "I was so drunk, I didn't know what I was doing," and you're like, "I was sober enough to know vaguely what I was doing," you can be accused of rape.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I don't think this movie depicted.
No, I'm not
Right.
saying that either.
Yeah.
This is escalated. I'm saying it's on the same branch as that because you're tricking someone into doing something that they do not want to do.
See, that's. I don't think
Go
that's
on.
how this movie depicts that at all.
No, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. I think that is problematic. The fact that this movie doesn't depict it that way and everyone's just sort of breezing over it. Like, the big issue in this film is that Hannah slept with Iris's love interest. That's like the issue the sisters have.
Yeah, but what's interesting about that issue is Hannah did it without knowing that it was Iris's love interest.
Yeah, no, exactly. There's also that part of it. But do you see what I mean? Like, the fact that that's the issue that they've all got. Like, because even Jack he's annoyed that she poked holes in the condom and he gets angry.
But he's not annoyed
but then
they
he's
had
like,
sex because he's like, the sex was great. He says that.
No, I know. Listen to me. Stop talking
listening.
over me. So he doesn't have. There's not like a scene where he's like, "Holy shit, you've tricked me into getting you pregnant."
Yeah.
Like, that's not okay. His issue is still like, "Oh God, Iris has found out, and I'm so devastated that Iris has found out, and that's the important." And then he comes back at the end and he's like, "You know what, Iris, I love you. I want to be with you. And Hannah, let's have the baby." And you're like, how is there not a scene in this where like Hannah sober goes, "Actually, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I maybe shouldn't keep this baby."
Well, I mean, they don't know that she definitely has a baby yet.
No, I know. I'm taking it from just the like build up, not even that scene, because that's a good scene. I liked that.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying like I didn't dislike this film. I think that some of the way they portray that whole bit is a little bit problematic.
Yeah, which is fair enough. I didn't have an issue watching it. Like, there was no point when I was watching it. I was like, this is like, obviously the poking the holes thing. Yeah, but that's addressed. Like, I think both Iris and Jack kind of are like, that's fucked up.
Yeah, but that's not the correct reaction to that.
What's the correct reaction?
Like, holy shit, Hannah, that's insane what you've done. That's like super illegal.
Yeah.
Not, I'm going to go on a fucking bike ride.
I think it's interesting the way they set it all up. Like, because you have that scene, which is brilliant, where like the pieces start falling into place for Jack, where Iris is like, so, right, let me just backtrack a bit. Hannah has recently split up with a long-term partner. Hannah is a lesbian. Hannah wants a baby. And there's a scene where Iris has found out that she split up, and she's like, "Well, that's good because now you can do whatever you want. You can have a baby." And this conversation is happening after Jack has slept with Hannah, not knowing that she wanted a baby. And Iris is kind of going on like, "There's sperm everywhere. You can easily get sperm. Just go and fuck the first guy that you meet." And
yeah.
And that's when it all starts like falling into place for Jack. So I think it's quite interesting the way that whole idea is set up.
Yeah, the way it's done is really good.
Yeah, and the thing is, what I like about Mumblecore is the fact that it is just dialogue. That's my favourite. It's very naturalistic dialogue, and I felt
and this
that's
film
what
does
you
it.
get here.
This film does it right.
Yeah,
It's interesting dialogue.
because this dialogue actually is kind of it's easy to understand what it's about. I think with the Mumblecore that we watched before, Mutual Appreciation, part of the appeal for that for me was it was very naturalistic in that it was just someone just kind of wandering through their life.
Yeah, I find that shit boring.
But this is all focused around essentially 3 relationships.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went back and looked at my old Letterboxd review for this when I very first saw it, and it just starts with me saying, "Is Mark Duplass the new Ben Affleck?" Because obviously Ben Affleck was in the film Chasing Amy, where he seduces a lesbian, and now you've got Mark Duplass who somehow manages to sleep with a lesbian. And I don't know how much of that, because the scene is played really well, right? But I don't know if her deciding to sleep with him is a purely like, I want a baby, that mentality drives that, or if there is an element to it where, you know, he is incredibly charming.
See, the fact that's what it comes across as at first, right?
Yeah.
The fact that, because even then when he finishes super quickly,
Oh,
she's
that's
just like,
such
it's fine.
That's so awkward.
But the thing is, right, the way she reacts when you've got the knowledge later that she is trying to get pregnant,
Yeah.
right? The fact that she's like, you finish really quickly, cool, roll over and go to sleep.
Yeah.
That sort of makes me think, okay, no, yeah, she wasn't in it for the sex. She was in it for the semen.
I have to admit, I laughed so hard at the point where he climaxes and squeals, and he's like, oh shit, I squealed,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And then, do you want me to help finish you off? No, I'm alright.
Yeah, and he's like, should we just snuggle?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And she's like, let's do that. No, not that close.
Yeah. Emily Blunt is also really good.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I've seen her in a couple of things, but this is like the first thing I saw her in where I was like really impressed. I haven't seen. I think it's Rosemary DeWitt, is it? Rosemary DeWitt. Let's say it's DeWitt.
Right. Yeah.
I hadn't seen. I don't think I've seen her in anything other than this so far. But she's also
No,
good.
I don't recognise her.
No, same. So after watching this, has it got you more open to watching more Mumblecore?
It's got me more open to watching more Mumblecore when you say to me, you'll like this one. It's similar.
Yeah.
It's got the same feel as your sister's sister. If you were to be like, this is a hardcore, real, deep, gritty Mumblecore, I'd probably say, fuck off, Liam. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah. So like Drinking Buddies, you'd be cool
Yeah,
with.
I'm now... But then I think I was sort of open to that one anyway, because was it Palmer as well had seen it and had said,
I think so, yeah.
So I feel like that one I was also open to.
Yeah.
But yeah, now it probably has opened the door a little bit more in that I'll not...
See, what I would be curious for is, and I was toying with the idea of doing this, but I wanted to get you more on board first, so maybe next birthday. There is another like hardcore gritty mumblecore called The Puffy Chair, which I super enjoyed, and it has Mark Duplass in it again.
Does it have a story?
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's my favourite of the early, like, to use your words, hardcore gritty mumblecore. Like, it's probably within the first like 5 of those that I ever saw.
Got you.
And it's from like the early days of mumblecore as well. But yeah, what did you think of the ending?
It's well done. I personally felt like the ending was like the facial expressions they all have right after the conversation they've had.
Yeah,
made it feel like it's positive. I don't know if that's just, the way you read it sort of thing.
It could be, yeah.
But just because they don't all just pull like a blank expression. They all pull an emotion. Everyone sort of has an emotion in that scene.
It's hard to read what some of those emotions are, though.
It is. But
it was
well done. And I think that's the point of it, is you're meant to like take from it whatever you sort of see.
Yeah.
So it worked.
Yeah, because it basically it ends with them coming to the agreement that Mark Duplass and Jack and Iris are going to try being a couple. Iris and Hannah have kind of, one of Jack's big things was he didn't want to destroy that relationship, because obviously having his brother now be dead, he's aware of how special that bond is, which isn't really something I can relate to, but you can.
Well, yeah, it would be very shitty if my brother died.
No, the bond between us, like siblings.
Yeah, right.
And how special that supposedly is.
It's lovely. I love it.
Yeah, I'm not aware.
Picture like one of your favourite DVDs getting snapped in half.
I don't want that.
Exactly.
But anyway, so yeah, he steps back to let them kind of mend that relationship. And then he's kind of just like, look, I will help with this baby to Hannah if you want me to. I'll kind of, I'm here to support you if needed.
Well, I feel like that was him saying he wants to be part of the baby's life and be a dad, but he's too scared to say outright. He doesn't think he would be a good dad.
No, but he's kind of putting the onus on her to kind of give him as much reign as she feels necessary. And then obviously she does pregnancy test, and the film just like cuts to black. And Kat was like, "You can't leave it there." That was her reaction. I get that. I love that.
I think it's good that it leaves it there.
Yeah, I loved it. Like, because that's another mumblecore trope, is to have quite abrupt endings. And yeah, I think it works so well in this film. Yeah. I don't really have anything else to discuss about it. I just think it's great.
Fair enough. What would you give it out of? What was that?
I'm pleased you enjoyed it.
I did, yeah. It was a good choice, Liam.
Yeah.
What do you give it out of 5?
4 out of 5?
I think I probably agree with that.
Solid. Next time on Nerd on Nerd.
What's that noise, Liam? It's Santa on the roof. Because it's time for Nerd on Nerd's annual Christmas special.
Ho, ho, ho.
It's my favourite time of year. It's not Liam's favourite time of year. Christmas!
Yep. So, this is our third Christmas special.
Yep.
What are we doing? Because, we should let people know. So, for the Christmas special, we go back to like the old school, early days of Nerd on Nerd. Long-time listeners will know this. We used to do 2 culture swaps. We did one each.
Yep, that lasts too long, and we can only really afford to do it once a year.
Yeah. Well, especially when some of us kind of go above and beyond the Call of Duty, and
some of us don't understand how culture swap works and watch 3 fucking films.
Yeah, and then it really does go on a bit.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it, Liam?
So, you know, I think it's good, and I think the listeners responded very favourably to it, but whatever. So, last year, I gave you the festive classic Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Yep.
Guess what you're getting this year?
Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
Correct. Do you know anything about this movie?
No, because you told me last year not to look anything into it, so I haven't.
Good.
And I won't for the rest of the series of films. I won't look up anything or.
Perfect. I want to give you like a little bit of a warning. Okay, is this film does tie in very closely to the first one.
So I'm not rewatching the first one.
Okay, I'm just saying, like,
I'll read a plot synopsis on Wikipedia.
Yeah. You might struggle with this one if you don't have a lot of familiarity with the first one. He's
like sexually abused. Santa kills people. Parents were raped in front of him. That sort of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I would say it's worth rewatching, but you know, you're a pissy little bitch, so
it's not an amazing film.
What am I doing?
You, Liam, I've picked a film that's appropriate. I think I picked it last year. I might have said it on the show that I picked it. But, you know, I thought I gave you Elf last year, I think.
Yeah.
We think, maybe.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's a very Christmassy, right up my street, fucking holiday greetings, everything. Yeah. So I've gone for a film that's more up your street, Liam. The Grinch.
Okay, so I saw this in a special recently. It was I think 2 for £30 on 4K films.
Yep, that's good. You didn't waste your money, mate. Whoa, you're going to love this film.
Yeah, I picked it up because I was like, well, you know, Ellie, you know, wouldn't recommend me a bad Christmas movie.
Well,
I can't remember what the first one was she recommended me.
Santa Claus.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did the trilogy, and that was actually a fun time. So I had a fun time with that. Elf was fine. So I'm expecting this to be, you know, all right.
Yeah, you're going to love it. I mean, it's got a good song in it.
It's Jim Carrey, isn't it?
It's Jim Carrey as the Grinch.
I like Jim Carrey.
I think I think my goal for this, I don't necessarily want you to love it. That's not my aim for this film. I want this film to teach you a lesson, Liam, about Christmas.
What's the lesson?
You'll find out when you watch it.
Whatever.
You big old Grinch, you.
Christmas is coming to Nerd on Nerd.
Hell yeah.
So, you know, it'll come all in your ears.
Well, that's disgusting.
How do they get in touch?
Email us at nerdonnerdpod@gmail.com.
Oh, but Ellie, I don't know what I should email you about. Oh, give me some ideas.
Anything.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, fucking email us about the films that we're going to be watching on the Christmas special. Email us about this film if you liked it or didn't like it. Let us know. Email us about the stuff we talked about in the show if you've got an opinion. We want to hear it.
Email us about why Ellie should hurry up and watch fucking American Psycho and why she should also stop being such a pissy little bitch and just get on with watching TV shows.
Gibbo's already done that and I've said I'm going to do it.
Doesn't mean you'll do it.
If you're thinking, an email, that's an inefficient way of communicating with a podcast that I love. That's fine. It's not. You can do it. But anyway, message us on Facebook. We've got a Facebook page. Facebook.com/nerdonnerdpod, all one word.
Oh,
tweet us.
But Ellie, I don't know what I should message you about on Facebook because I'm just
the same things
listener.
about the email, but shorter.
Thank you, Ellie.
If they're even shorter than that, or if you just use Twitter a lot, tweet us at nerdonnerd.
Thanks, Ellie. You're now my favourite host.
Thanks, listener. You're my favourite listener.
Ellie, I love your podcast. How can I help support it?
We're on iTunes. Go on iTunes. Rate us. That's apparently important. It gets us up the rankings. We were front page of the comedy page yesterday. That's a lie, but imagine how fun that would be.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of effort.
It's not.
Thank you, Ellie, for producing so much free content for me to consume, and I don't have
no
to
worries,
do anything.
Listener.
I don't even have to tweet if I don't want to.
Oh, if you guys liked the amount of editing I did on the last episode with my awesome stuff that Liam hasn't listened to yet, let me know, because I enjoyed doing it.
Liam's the worst.
He is.
We hate him.
We do. If you're a little bit worried about Liam and his existential depressing crisis that he's going through, just tweet him some love, guys, because I'm worried about him.
I don't need love. I just need more listens and more ratings on iTunes and more tweets and emails.
Just tweet him anything.
I don't need a lot, do I?
Just tweet him some letters.
Kat listened to the first half of the last episode and she was like, you could tell that you didn't really want to do it. And I was like, hopefully I've done a better job of hiding that with this one.
I don't know if you have.
Look, I did want to do this one. It was my birthday special. Why
I think you did sound more enthusiastic this one.
Yeah, I think the last one, neither of us really wanted to do it because we had other more pressing things to be getting on with.
Did we?
Yeah. Do you remember we were like, we need to record this quite quickly?
You wanted to watch more Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
All right, fine. That's it. That's this episode of Nerd on Nerd.
I've just realised that I think in housekeeping I talked all about the end of season 4 of Gilmore Girls, and I'm pretty sure last episode the reason why I wanted to watch more was because season 4 just finished and I wanted to start season 5. So I think I've literally spent housekeeping just repeating myself.
Yeah, probably.
Fuck it. Bye.
Liam.
Yeah.
What's the number?
Hang on. Let me double check. About 1,085.
1,085? You've gone down from 1,093, so...
Wait, but the problem is, right, last month Barnes and Noble did another those bloody 50% off Criterion sales, didn't they? The swines.
Jesus Christ.
So that's going to arrive any time now and bump me back up by another, 10.
I mean...
What was my goal for, the end of the year?
Get below 1,000, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, ignore that one. That was ridiculous. That was crazy. What was the new one?
Was it just get below where you started?
Yeah.
I don't think it was. That doesn't sound right.
No, it was.
Where you're there at the moment. So
Where did I start?
1,091.
Shit. So when these 10 arrive.
Yeah, you're back over it.
Alright, the goal was 1,000. That's not happening, right? We've got to accept that, okay?
You were so confident.
Both me and you, Ellie.
Yeah?
We need to accept that and we need to move on with our lives. Can you do that?
Okay. Yeah, done.
Good. Bye.
Bye!